Or क्या वो call the ambulance or anyone else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is all about? Like, need to try to save his life first. That's the first priority, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what I have to do? Like, do the first aid or first CPR things? No.
Okay.
Or like, it's already dead. So we what
No,
the
he's
next?
not dead. He's not dead.
He's not dead.
We know
He's
he's
dying.
not dead. He's
He's
dying.
dying.
He's dying.
When someone is dying.
Okay. So
Yeah.
trying to save his life first. This is the first priority.
That's the first priority. Okay. So the thing is this. You know what? There are certain circumstances where you will have that feeling that, oh, you know what? This person, let's try to save his life. There will be other points where you'll be like, you know what? अभी तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते भाई. हम हॉस्पिटल के अंदर है. पहले से मशीनें लगी हुई है. ठीक है. ओ हमें पहले से पता है कि this person is extremely unwell. ठीक है. Even if you call an ambulance, ambulance is not coming. Oh, we have called the ambulance. ठीक है. So now what do? We know this person is dying right now. This person's blood is gushing out. What do? ठीक है. And keep this thing in mind. Or keep on this point in mind. You will never have the perfect circumstances. That completely take out your head. You will never have perfect circumstances. You will have someone whose hand is cut off, someone who's just involved in an accident. Okay, like you'll be very lucky, like in a scenario where you're in a hospital, the machines are on, and then the person is slowly dying. You're very lucky. One of my students, Rahimahullah, now he's passed away. He's only about 14 years old. Okay, so what happened to him? He went with his family, and this was before the boycott and everything. He went to McDonald's drive-thru in High Wycombe, and they were getting ice cream. They had ordered the ice cream. They paid for the ice cream. Now they were going to collect the ice cream. So the person from the window, they put the ice cream out. My student starts saying, I can't breathe. They quickly rushed him out the car, and they put him onto the ground trying to do CPR, and that's where he passed away. But what I'm trying to say is this: you will never have that perfect circumstance. So what to do at that point? So yes, saving life is a priority. We do need to do that, all right? But with doing that, saving his iman is also a priority. As I said, the shaitan, he does his worst attack at this moment in time. शैतान का सबसे बड़ा जो खतरनाक हमला होता है ना वो इसी वक्त होता है. तो हमने क्या करना है इस सूरत में? Alright. So first things first. Those we need to do talqeen, i.e. get him to read the kalima. हमने कोशिश करनी है कि भाई ये कलमा पढ़ ले. दूसरी हमने कोशिश ये करनी है कि हम यहाँ पर जितने भी ज़्यादा रहमत के फरिश्ते हैं हम उनको यहाँ पर पुल करें. How many other angels of mercy we can attract towards this particular individual right now? We do that. ठीक है. And third is try to bring him as much physical comfort as we can. Okay? Because when a person's soul is being extracted, they are going through excruciating pain. वो ऐसी तकलीफ से इस वक्त गुजर रहा होता है ना बंदा जब उसकी रूह कब्ज हो रही होती है कि हम उसको समझ भी नहीं सकते. लेकिन मैं मिसाल के तौर पर हमेशा कहता हूँ कि ऐसा समझें कि आप एकदम ना 1 मील के लिए भागना शुरू कर दें या 5 मील के लिए भागना शुरू कर दें नॉन स्टॉप. So after 5 miles, 5 मील भागने के बाद आपकी क्या हालत होगी, आपकी टांगों की क्या हालत होगी, आपकी सांस की क्या हालत होगी, वो आप खुद समझ लें. So इसी तरह की तकलीफ बस समझने के लिए मैं कह रहा हूँ. ये बंदा इस वक्त महसूस कर रहा होता है जब उसकी रूह कब्ज हो रही होती है. अच्छा, ये तो फिर भी बर्दाश्त के काबिल है, ये काबिल बर्दाश्त भी नहीं है. ठीक है. So the thing is this, that you know the person physically is going through a lot of pain as well. And I always give the example, like, you know, if a person was to run, like all of a sudden, for 1 mile or 5 miles, non-stop, how much pain would his whole body be feeling at the end of it? Like, you know, his chest, how much pain that would be in, right? So this is still bearable, but this pain is unbearable. So that's the thing here. You know, we need to make sure that physically he's as comfortable as possible as well. All right. So what will we do? A, we will try to save the life. B, we will try to get them to read the kalima. Okay. Now, how do we get them to read the kalima? All right. So what we'll do is this. Not everyone needs to do it. Okay. it will all depend on the situation, it will all depend on the scenario. Okay? But, you know, for example, someone who's there, who's next to them, is reading La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Okay, we're not going to say to him, read the La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Right? We don't do that. We will just keep reading the kalima, hoping that he will listen to it and he will start reciting it. अच्छा, हमने कोशिश क्या करनी है कि हमने बस कलमा पढ़ते रहना है. हमने अगले को कहना नहीं कि तू कलमा पढ़, ऐसा नहीं करना. बस ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह, बहुत ही मोहब्बत के साथ, नरमी के साथ. बाज़ लोग क्या करते हैं कि इस मौके पर अच्छा कि कलमा पढ़ ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह, ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह. नहीं, ऐसा होता है. People do this. Alright, this is wrong. Why? Because as I said, he's going through a lot of physical pain. He'll just turn around and say, no, I don't want to read it. मैं नहीं पढ़ना चाहता, मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगा. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो? What are you going to do then? अच्छा, तो इसलिए यहाँ पर हमने बहुत ही मोहब्बत प्यार के साथ रहना. अच्छा, दूसरा मसला क्या होता है कि भाई वहाँ पर बाज़ लोग इमोशनल हो जाते हैं. ये बहुत ही क्रिटिकल टाइम होता है. लोग रोना शुरू कर देते हैं, बाज़ लोग चीखना चिल्लाना शुरू कर देते हैं. तो ऐसे लोगों की कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि ज़रा या तो खामोश हो जाए या यहाँ से हट जाए. ठीक है? तो इसलिए फिर क्या है कि कलमा पढ़ लें, पहली चीज़. दूसरी चीज़, अच्छा ये एक बंदा कर रहा होगा ना, तो बाकी लोग जो इर्द गिर्द हैं वो कुरान करीम की तिलावत शुरू कर दें, जो भी हिस्सा उनको याद है. बेस्ट क्या है, बंदा सूरह यासीन पढ़े, आयतुल कुर्सी पढ़े, सूरह बकरा पढ़े. लेकिन अगर ये सूरतें किसी को नहीं आती तो भाई आपको जितना भी आता है, जो भी आता है वो पढ़ना शुरू कर दें. आपको सूरह कौसर ही सिर्फ आती है, सूरह इखलास ही सिर्फ आती है, वो बार बार. अगर वो भी नहीं आती तो आप सूरह फातिहा पढ़ते रहे. अगर सूरह फातिहा पूरी नहीं आती तो उसकी एक आयत आती है तो वो पढ़ते रहे. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पर आप रहमत के फरिश्ते हम पुल कर रहे हैं. सो यू नो one person is trying to encourage him to read the kalima, so that's great. While that's happening, the others who are around, they should start reading the different portions of the Quran. Best is obviously to read Surah Yasin, Ayatul Kursi, or Surah Baqarah. But if someone does not know that, then they read whatever they do know. Okay, whatever portion, Surah Ikhlas, Surah Kawthar. Even if they don't know that, they start reading like Surah Fatiha. If they don't know the full Surah Fatiha, they just read few ayat of Surah Fatiha. The first, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Just keep reading something, because we're trying to pull in the angels of mercy here. Okay. So first thing, kalima is done. Second thing is reciting the Quran. The third thing is to bring him physical comfort. Acha, physical comfort. This is Bhaijan Akas Nigran Muazzam Hussain. So what Brother Muazzam Hussain mentioned. Now, Brother Muazzam Hussain mentioned. Now again, it will depend on the scenario. If this person, okay, he is like literally on the physical ground, then we'll lift him up. But we will lift him up as much as we can without causing him any kind of discomfort. Right?
Lightly.
Yeah. Like sometimes what will happen is this, and look, it might be that as soon as you get there, let's just take the scenario, there's a car accident. At the car accident, you're not going to first La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Then no, at that time first you're going to try to lift up his head. All right. Then at this point you're going to do it. Okay. But if he's in a hospital, there's no need to lift his head. He's already comfortable. Okay. Ye cheez ho gayi na. Acha. Next thing is this. Some is sunnah for the person who's dying that they're facing the qibla, their body is towards the right hand side. All right. But you will do that where it's easy and it's possible. All right. Now, for example, this person's on the ground like this. I start dragging him, he's not facing towards the qibla. Let him I'm causing him more pain. So no, just leave this guy here right now. Bichara, his soul is about to leave. Just let him leave. But at the other hand, for example, you're in hospital. There are those beds. They got wheels underneath it. All right. Just slightly moving it, it's not going to cause him any discomfort. He won't even realize. Bismillah, go and do it. But do it in a way that it's not causing a big hoo-ha. This is like everyone understanding. Ke bhai kya ho raha hai? Sometimes what happens is this: we thinking that we're doing something good. Someone doesn't really understand that point, and they're like, "Well, why are you moving my father right now? He's dying. His soul is leaving. My mother's dying right now. Leave it." रहने दे, वहाँ पर नहीं एक्सप्लेन करना, क्योंकि वो टाइम क्रिटिकल है, टाइम बहुत क्रिटिकल है, ठीक है. ये पहला स्टेज ना. सो व्हाट टू डू व्हेन समवन इज डाइंग, दिस इज व्हाट वी नीड टू डू. ठीक है. एनी क्वेश्चंस अबाउट दिस? नो? ऑलराइट, ग्रेट. अब आप अगली वीडियो शुरू कर सकते हैं. Rather than
can't you just put it in the safety and if it was on the floor, there's this excellent safety position when you lay down.
so right now you wouldn't do that. You would put the person not in a safety position but a comfortable position.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Alright. Acha, next stage, the next step was learning what to do when someone has died immediately. Alright. So what happens is this: as soon as someone dies, the different body parts, like they become completely loose, right? Because the body has lost complete control over the muscles right now. So when a person is sleeping, they have lost temporary control over the muscles. When someone is dead, they've lost all control over the muscles. So that's why as soon as someone dies, okay, you will see their eyes are left wide open, their mouth is left fully, it's like fully open. Yeah. And he is like that. So what do we do at this particular moment? So the first thing we do is this, is the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We close the eyes, we close the mouth, okay, and then we tie up the mouth as well. Alright? Because the thing what happens is this, that if you don't tie up, it'll open up again. So that's why it's important that we tie up. Now how are you going to tie up? You can tie it up with anything. You can tie it up with a plastic bag. You can tie up with a piece of cloth. Alright. Kafi zyada log and some people they find it very difficult. Oh, what do we do when we're in a hospital? Use the plastic aprons of the nurses. Use that. The main thing is to immediately close this. ठीक है? तो अच्छा अब क्या करना है? जैसे किसी का इंतकाल हो जाए तो आंखें खुली रह जाती है, मुंह खुला रह जाता है. तो हमने क्या करना है? फौरन आंखें भी बंद कर देनी है और मुंह भी बंद कर देना है. अच्छा, और मुंह बंद करके हमने फिर क्या करना है? यहाँ पर कुछ न कुछ बांध देना है. अब यहाँ पर बाज लोग अच्छा भाई ये कपड़ा हो ये हो, नहीं भाई, किसी भी चीज़ के साथ इस वक्त इमीडिएटली आप बंद कर दें. हाँ, बाद में आपको कपड़ा मिल जाए तो कपड़े से बंद कर देना, लेकिन अभी जो भी चीज़ है आपके पास उसे बंद कर दो. अच्छा, इसी तरह नाक के अंदर, नाक को भी बंद कर दिया जाए. इसी तरह बाज लोग कानों को भी बंद कर देते हैं, ज़रूरी नहीं है, लेकिन जितने भी इस वक्त हम होल्स ये बंद कर सकते हैं उतना अच्छा है. उसकी वजह क्या है? उसकी वजह एक तो सुन्नत है, दूसरी वजह यह है कि आगे हमने जाकर इस बंदे को गुस्ल देना है. We need to go wash the body. So when we are washing the body, it becomes very difficult if the body has gone cold. Alright? So like one is a physical cold, yeah? ठीक है, they go cold physically. But one is internally the body going cold. So the natural warmth we have within our body, it goes. So that's why, you know what, it's important that all of that warmth is stored. So when we are doing ghusl, it's easy for us to move the body. Otherwise, what will happen is this, it will become very difficult, and sometimes what you'll end up doing is this, you'll end up breaking the bones. You'll end up breaking the bones. And I'll give an example yesterday as well, that there was one person who's like, ghusl had the opportunity to do. Like, unfortunately, he died in a position like, how sometimes we go to sleep. Like, we're going, our body is completely flat, but our knees are lifted. We're just resting. So he died in that position. So no one straightened his legs out. No one straightened his legs out. So when it came to washing the body, it became so difficult. हाँ, क्योंकि टांगे नहीं straight हो रही थी ना, टांगे ऐसी थी. हाँ, उधर जाम हो जाती है, तो वहाँ पर जाम हो जाती है. So straightening the legs out. Similarly, फिर उनको कफन, like when you need to put them inside the coffin or you try to put the coffin on, you can just imagine how difficult it gets there. तो इसलिए as soon as someone dies, okay, straight away, close their eyes, close their nose, close their mouth. Right? Some people, like because of their ill health, old age, whatever, they're sitting in their wheelchairs. All right. Sometimes in the hospitals, this is a big issue. In the hospitals, what happens is this: they die, and they're on the bed like that. Okay, they're on the bed like that. Is there a bed, right? So half up, half. So at that time, you talk to the nurse straight away. Like, can we flatten the bed up? They do it from their side as well, but from our side, Islamically, we should just lay them out straight away. Okay, completely flat. Alhamdulillah, in some of the local areas, the hospitals are made aware, okay, of these are Muslim Islamic rituals. But this is what I keep on advising. Look, I don't know, there might be someone who's seated here who might know someone, like, you know, quite senior in the hospital. So it doesn't make a difference which hospital. Right? Please get in touch with them and, like, you know, put us into contact so they can be educated on what to do when a Muslim dies. Right? When a Muslim dies. Alhamdulillah, we had an opportunity. We went to Wales and done a workshop with the staff there in one of the hospitals. So, you know, these are things which they appreciate because they're upskilling themselves, but it's also better for our Muslim community as well. Okay. So straight away lay them flat, close their mouth, close their eyes, and put something in their nose. These are things we need to do immediately, inshallah. Okay. Any questions about this? No? Okay, great.
Will tie
The feet.
feet, yes.
So the thing is this is something quite common in some cultures where they end up tying the feet. So what they end up doing is this: they put the two toes together and they tie the two toes.
Yeah.
Alright. Look, the reason of doing that is this: so when it comes to moving the body and everything, it's easier.
Yes.
So you know what? Tying the toes might become difficult for you. So if it's difficult, just tie the legs together like that. Alright? It doesn't make a difference, whatever. If the feet are already like that and you know it's not going to really move, leave them like that. But it does make it easy. No, any other questions? And brother, if someone doesn't really understand because I've skipped too much in one language, then the other languages tell me, inshallah, so I can just jump back, inshallah. Okay, this part done? The next stage is ghusl. Right? So when it comes to ghusl, I'm just looking at the time because if we end up starting it, iftar is at quarter past
14,
14,
something like that.
it might get a bit difficult, but inshallah we'll try to cover it as much as we can today, and the rest inshallah we'll try to cover tomorrow inshallah. So because we're starting at 5:30, so all the brothers requested that please do try to come back 5:30 inshallah, so we'll cover it quickly. Right. When it comes to the kafan, washing the body. Okay, when washing the body, we can just pick the body up and throw into a tub of water, job done. गुस्ल हो गया. हम इस बॉडी को उठा करके एक बहुत बड़ा जो टब ऑफ वाटर है ना, पानी का एक बड़ा सा बोल या बाथ टब, उसके अंदर बॉडी को डाल दो, स्विमिंग पूल के अंदर बॉडी को डाल दो, निकाल दो, तो गुस्ल डन. ठीक है, सीरियसली गुस्ल हो गया. ठीक है, हाँ गुस्ल हो गया, लेकिन वो सुन्नत के मुताबिक नहीं होगा. ठीक है, वो सुन्नत के मुताबिक नहीं होगा. अच्छा, मैं ये क्यों बता रहा हूँ? क्योंकि देखे ना, ये एक मैंने कहा ना कि ये बहुत like this is a very important part of a person's life cycle, and it's a very emotional part as well. So if today आज अगर आपको पता चल जाए, if today you found out that the person who done your father's ghusl, all right, he was supposed to do it like that, but he didn't, he done it like that. आपको अभी से गुस्सा आना शुरू हो जाएगा यार, how dare he done it like this. ठीक है, so the thing is this is a very emotional part. So that's why, you know what, when it comes to ghusl, the main thing is this: the whole body gets washed. Allah. In what order it gets washed, that only makes a difference if you are trying to make sure all the sunnahs are done. Otherwise, just making sure the whole body is wet, job done. Right? But we do try to make sure that everything is done according to the sunnah. Why? Because it's better for the person who's passing away, and it's also something where, you know, where we're connecting ourselves back to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? So when it comes to it, okay, we're going to do it according to the sunnah. So what is the method according to the sunnah? Today I will just talk about it. Tomorrow we'll practically do it. I'll practically show it, and then all those brothers who are here, inshallah, will break up into smaller groups, so every brother can, inshallah, practically do it themselves as well, inshallah. So, can I ask, when you're getting ready for Jummah Salah, what do you do? आप जुम्मे के लिए तैयार